MSI Afterburner 4.6.6 beta ends Windows XP support. The MSI Afterburner 4.6.6 beta update was released 3 days ago, available to download through Go3D's distribution section. Its patch notes tease the exciting addition of some future NVIDIA GPU PCI devices to our hardware database. The forward-facing nature of this software upgrade brings some unfortunate news for Windows XP operating system users. Beta version 4.6.6's top bullet point provides some reasoning, ported to VC++ 2022 compiler. Please take a note that due to this change MSI Afterburner will no longer be able to start under Windows XP. Please stay on the previous versions of the product if you need this OS support. Unwinder's software engineering team has traditionally stuck with the 2008 Visual C++ compiler, hence Afterburner's long history of supporting Windows XP. The adoption of a more modern compiler has signaled the end for MSI's overclocking and hardware monitoring program on a legacy operating system. Developers largely moved on from XP supporting endeavors around the mid-2010s, as pointed out by Tom's Hardware. To get an idea on how late Afterburner is on dropping Windows XP, the last time we reported on any app ending support for the OS was in 2019, when Steam ended support on New Year's Day. Returning to the modern day, 4.6.6 beta's best of list mentions that RivaTuner Statistics Server is host to more than 90 compatibility enhancements and changes. v7.3.5 rolls out with NVIDIA Reflex and Present Mode integration, as well as programmable conditional layers support. The other headlining feature addition within Afterburner's latest pre-release guise is voltage control for AMD Radeon RX 7800 XT GPUs. Version 4.6.6. Ported to VC++ 2022 compiler. Please take a note that due to this change MSI Afterburner will no longer be able to start under Windows XP. Please stay on the previous versions of the product if you need this OS support. Please take a note that size of mandatory VC++ 2022 runtime redistributables roughly doubled comparing to the previously used VC++ 2008 redistributables, and we'd like to avoid providing overblown application distributive, drastically increased in size due to bundling newer and much heavier VC++ redistributables with it. To deal with this issue we provide our own original tiny web installer for VC++ redistributables, which allowed decreasing the size of final application distributive drastically even comparing to the previous VC++ 2008 based version. Please take a note that install time can be increased slightly due to downloading VC++ 2022 runtimes redistributables on the fly during installation. If you install MSI Afterburner offline, you can always deploy required VC++ 2022 distributives later with web installer by launching /redist/vc redist-deploy.bat. Added voltage control support for AMD Radeon RX 7800 XT series graphics cards. Added some future NVIDIA GPU PCI devices to hardware database. Now MSI Afterburner reinitializes skin scaling engine on DPI scaling change events to prevent cases when GUI looks cut off in some cases, for example after switching between display resolutions with different DPI scaling settings. Fixed instances enumeration for some performance counters with no localized names, for example GPU-related Windows performance counters, in perfcounter.dll plugin. Added experimental support for beta. Use Unicode UTF-8 for global language support option enabled in administrative regional OS settings. Now each localization description file contains additional code page field, defining runtime ANSI to UTF-8 conversion rule for selected language pack. Seriously revamped German and Ukrainian localizations. RivaTuner Statistics Server has been upgraded to v7.3.5. New versions changes list is huge. It includes more than 90 compatibility enhancements, changes and new features including programmable conditional layers support, present mode and NVIDIA Reflex integration.